Good morning. Morning, guys. Hope you are well. Let me know if I'm coming through okay before I get started. I understand that there may be a slight echo today, just because I'm redoing my office. But let me know if I'm coming through okay. All good? Is the sound okay? Can you hear that echo? Is that just me? No echo? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so I know I'm here. As I said, I've kind of redone my office. I've changed my desk placement. I've repainted it. It does look a little bit darker because I've got no lights on yet. So what I want to do is if you can see the corners, there's a light here. If you can see that light. But if I put it on, it kind of glares my video. So I'm going to try to have LEDs like coming all the way at the top corners there going around, which is... There's no picture. Oh. Okay, one second. Can you see me now? Stream starting soon. Yeah, you can see me now. Okay, sorry, yeah. So as I was saying, I think I just pressed the wrong thing there. So I'm at a different angle. I'm trying to figure out I've got a new camera here as well, which I'm going to use for streaming. So the not that it massively matters, but the video quality will be a little bit better. I'm here. It's actually a dark room, completely dark room. I know I'm getting the glare off the screen so you can see me, but I'm going to have like LEDs at the top here and sort my lighting out and all that kind of stuff. So I've had the same office for quite some time. And I thought I would treat myself and go and properly do it up. So I enjoy coming in here. Not that I didn't enjoy it before, but just like you come in, you think, oh, this is cool. Doing that. I've painted it, repainted it. But what I figured out when I was doing this over the weekend was what I seem to do when I'm going through periods of kind of rough periods in my trading is I do whatever I can to kind of keep refreshing. And this is something that I've noticed recently because, I go on, a few weeks ago I went on the staycation. This week I was redoing my office. I'm not sure whether it's me personally or something that I do without thinking it. But maybe it's I do little things to kind of refresh and start again and keep that positive attitude on a Monday. Maybe that's just my personal system where little things and little changes can kind of help me moving forward from kind of drawdowns. So anyway, hope everybody had a good weekend. It is Monday. Mondays are sometimes quiet, but let's get into the markets. Morning, Amira. Morning, Darren. Morning, Ash. Morning, Griff. Hope you guys are all well. Okay, SPX this morning has taken a slight bit of a hit after a decent day on Friday. So I think it's best to kind of go on a weekly chart with this. So what we are potentially seeing, is this. Now I'm not going to say I don't want to call this an ABC complete yet. Yes, we have had some volume. It was a decent hammer bar last week. So could we push on from here? Could this corrective be complete? Potentially, yeah. Potentially, we could be. We could continue within this descending channel as well, but we are taking a slight hit over Asia at the moment. Nothing to be majorly concerned about at all in terms of SPX to the downside. Actually, looks a little bit better. Let's say from a 4-hour perspective for potential movement back up on this V reversal, which I should have probably put on my watch list. However, I've not put it there. If it continues to set up, I will put it on. So there's a few ways to think about this. Well, there's two ways to think about it: is whether you're bullish on it or whether you're bearish on it. So out of the people here, what's your personal thoughts on the stock market? Do you think we could be potentially into that corrective, that harder reset from this large move to the upside, i.e. impulse, loss of momentum, harder reset for continuation? Or do you still think that there's room for this to move to the downside? Fundamentally, I agree. I think this should move down. Technically, there is still that argument for potential upward movement. I just don't know if it comes right now. But I do think in terms of investment-wise, again, another decent opportunity to to buy this index up, obviously from a long-term play. Down a bit more. I would like MA200 to be touched on a weekly. So, okay. So you think they'll be down a bit more. So mostly the consensus is down. Is that right? Yeah. I mean, I think so. I think so. I just wouldn't be surprised if we did push on. But I also wouldn't be surprised, you know, if we potentially continued with that corrective and then come back down. Because again, fundamentally, although I'm a technical trader, fundamentally I don't see any massive positivity here. But we have corrected quite a bit, right? From a weekly perspective, we have corrected quite a bit. You know, we think about the COVID drop as well. We're kind of getting to there. So let's see. Let's see over the next coming weeks. Again, I do think right now is a good position to buy from an investment standpoint, a portion of your money if you have money to spare. Not all of it, but just buying it on an index will be certainly a good play. So maybe from a 4-hour perspective, let's see how today and tomorrow do. But there could be a potential of this as well, 4-hour, for a possible break in this SPX to the upside with that daily or weekly confluence. But I do, what would I say in terms of risk sentiment? It's still got to be risk off, right? It has to be risk off, maybe / risk off / pullback. We did see some strength coming into those commodities on Friday, but you know, on the smaller time frames, we could potentially be getting this for a drop down from a breakout of here. So there's a few scenarios here with the SPX. Let's let the market tell us what it wants to do before we predict that, because right now, as I said, there could be a few different things we look at. So I'll sit myself on the fence with potential bullish scenarios and probable bearish scenarios for me. I think a little bit more to go. Morning, James. Morning, Leo. Okay, dollar. Dollar is still dollar. Okay, we got to push through this area. We're kind of correcting, possibly back to the 20. A slight fake out here on the 4-hour, considering it probably wasn't ready to have another leg to the upside on a Friday. Dollar's strong. You know, dollar's strong. Do I want to pick a top in it at the moment? Not really. We kind of had the day on Thursday that made this chart look a little bit better from this price action here. So, yeah, maybe looking at, again, that reason to enter, the reason to buy the dollar. I don't see any changes that has happened over the past week. Could we be slightly extended? No, I don't think so. I think that's a healthy trend to the upside. And any setups buying the dollar right now, you know, maybe we have a little dip here, but looking for that reason to buy the dollar would make sense to me, and still does, absolutely. Okay, let's go into our open trades. Obviously, pound Swiss unfortunately got stopped out on account of that push. I'm not going to look at this. I mean, you could say, well, there's an option for another re-entry in here. Not really for me, considering where we've just come from right now. But I am still looking at a potential break to the downside if we do come down, because the context is still good. So, you know, slightly tagged out, obviously, or tagged out here on that aggressive entry. That's okay. As with this aggressive strategy, we're not expecting to win most of our trades. We're expecting the ones that we win to win quite well. And from a pound Swiss perspective, I'm still looking at this on that risk-off sentiment, buying the Swiss, and yeah, looking to take that to the downside. So pound Swiss is unfortunately a losing trade, down to 1.1 on the year. 1.1. Long way to go. Long way to go. Pound Aussie is still in. This is starting to look nice. You know, I do really like this. We're getting our kind of head and shoulders. We're certainly digesting here. We're possibly getting our larger AB shallow C. Push on with a little bit of volume over Asia with that Aussie weakness. If we can come up and tag the area. Because I'm not in pound Swiss, I'm allowed to take this trade because technically I've only got 2% risk on the table with EA at break even. But I do like this. You know, I do like this. You know, I'm trying to get, I was thinking this morning of whether I'm trying to get out the bias of, I want this to really go because of how close it hit my stop. And if this does go, it would be a good kind of omen for a start of a good run in my trading. But irrespective of all that, I still like where this is. You know, I still like where this is. Look, we had this bar yesterday, which kind of took over 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, almost a day, 24 hours of price action. And yeah, looking for this to come up here, possibly a slight reload, possibly a little bit of accumulation, right? Getting that 20 catch up for a break to the upside in terms of a breakout trade. But yeah, I still like this. I still like this. We've got this 200 now curling up as dynamic support to our stop loss. And yeah, I'll happily let that run. Daily as well, you can see that consolidation on the daily here for potential movement to the upside. We do have this V reversal. You know, as I said, it is still counter trend, but you'd have expected this to go down here, i.e. shorted, in which it hasn't done. So pound Aussie I'm still in and I still like. Same with Euro Aussie. This is obviously a risk-free one now. Again, very similar. We could be getting our proper ABC. Is this broken? Well, our proper complex possibly finished from this decent move. It is digested and looking for a push on in EA. And it's just a waiting game. Just a waiting game now. I'm still in this with the SAR. There's no dot above. What I kind of want to happen is if we do get a decent close today, you know, we continue with that impulse corrective continuation, we'll probably stay in this trade. If we don't, we could get a dot above, and we take it out. We take it out. So Euro Aussie and Pound Aussie, I still like that. They look a lot better after the Asian session, and if we can just get some, you know, push over London and US with a little bit of risk off nature, Aussie coming into a bit of weakness, China COVID concerned, Aussie being a proxy for the Chinese market. I just think they should push, and that's without the bias that I'm in these trades. That's just what I think. So yeah, I like the two. I like the two positions. So Pound Swiss I went through. This is the watch list for today. Pound Aussie I've done. Aussie Swiss is still there. Not something I can take. Well, actually, I can take it if EA is at break even. I can't have 6% risk on one currency, but I can have 4 technically, and that would be okay as long as EA is at break even. So daily chart, looking at this V reversal, looking for it to come back down, something in here for a break to the downside, right? Looking like it's losing momentum from this impulse. Obviously, risk off nature still favors me buying the Swiss. And that V reversal, looking for a bit more consolidation. 4 hour is not active or not valid anymore because of this fake to the downside. But if we do get price action like this, that comes back down here. I can look at it from this area, but primarily looking at this from a daily perspective for a short on Aussie Swiss. What else have we got? Oil and USD ZAR. So oil. Where's oil here? Oil's got a little bit to go, but I thought I would put it in here from this kind of larger V reversal on the 4 hour chart. Up here, looking for this to pull back, possible aggressive entry on oil on a decent pullback from this latest impulse. Remember, with our V reversal, it's a slightly different rule than our cut with handle because of the 30 to 50% digestion. You know, this is where we look at price action, we look at fibs, and our knowledge of price action to kind of determine whether a healthy pullback looks like a healthy pullback or not. So I need something more in here because it has moved quite well for potential break to the upside. I mean, this with most of these patterns, right, with most of these contexts, what you would ideally like to see is kind of that head and shoulders, right? Because it creates that ABC, creates your head and shoulders, creates that digestion from your V pattern or your cut pattern. And those are certainly, I think, the best in terms of a full context of a breakout is your head and shoulders within this secondary structure, let's say. So within our cut with handle or cut with handle within a cut with handle, your second or third structure is usually where you'd like to see that H&S, which I just think it's really powerful. So oil potential longs, daily is looking a little bit better. Still quite rangy, no massive trend at the moment, but if we do get a break above, it might look good for continuation. And finally, USD ZAR. USD ZAR is one of my favorite pairs, right? Actually, my second or third Kiwi dollar USD ZAR after the Swiss yen. So I was looking at this in the 4 hour, okay? If this had put up here, this would have been really nice, but I was looking at this head and shoulders here, okay? I fancy this to the upside. I like it to the upside. I kind of know how USD ZAR moves, but my rules from higher time frame confluence, I don't particularly like where it is. Okay, I don't like this price action. We don't really like taking breaks of key areas that go up like this. I know we had a slight pullback here, and we're kind of neating it up a little bit. But, you know, I put it on because of this as well. There is the option here on smaller time frames, because this is really nice. I mean, we can see that context is pretty good from here, right? For a potential breakout retest. Did I put that on my watch list? Oh, no, sorry. USD ZAR. Okay, so the difference between the 4 hour breakout, I'll put this on, excuse me, guys. 30 minute, 1 hour. Cut with handle trend. USD ZAR. So the difference between this and taking on a potential 30 minute, let's say if it breaks out retest, we can take it on the 30 minute, right? That means our 4 hour is technically our highest time frame. 1 hour our daily is. So when you talk about the highest time frame, we can look at this as, well, maybe not. I'm talking myself into this one because I like it long, maybe. You know, again, we move it here. We have had a pullback, and if you take that breakout retest, the 4 hour looks great, right? The daily, from that perspective, the weekly, again, V reversal on the weekly. It's just that daily I have a problem with. So let's see how this goes over the course of London. Again, looking mainly for a breakout retest on these smaller time frames. But just that daily confluence is something that I have to think about. Even though we have had a few days in here, consolidation, we have had a slight pullback. I just don't like, you know, the fact that we've not really had a, you know, healthy price action into it. You think about, you know, here when we're going short, it's quite healthy, right? But then USD looks strong. If the stock market comes off, you'd expect this to move to the upside. And I do like USD ZAR. So I think maybe the 30, I mean, if we zoom out, 30 minutes, I mean, it's perfect, right? You know, context is, I mean, it's almost A star if you think about it. Here, I mean, we could take it from here as well. Your ABC, push on, nice little pullback, push through, creating that head and shoulders, as I said, breakout retest, moving to the upside. You're still going within that trend. You know, I think the USD is certainly going to be stronger than the ZAR. It's just whether, I mean, this is the thing as well, because if I do this, right, that looks a lot better, right? It's just funny how little movements here where you kind of change the dynamic of your chart, where you go like that, you think, well, actually, that looks pretty good. But then you come out a little bit and you think, well, am I taking this on a key level break, on a bit of an extension, albeit you're taking it on small time frames, it's still there. You know, it's still there. So let's see. USDs are potential longs on a breakout retest. Could be a good play. With how that 4 hour looks. Let's see. Looks really good. Yeah, I know. It does look really good, actually, doesn't it, Silver? Context is great. If you're looking for the context I like, let's just take it from here. This is really what you want to see for a breakout retest. You know, quite clean. Again, this added reload just makes it a little bit better for me. I like a cup with handle within a cup with handle, i.e. kind of 3 structures is the more professional way to say it. 3 structures into a break of a key area with this basing structure as well. But you'd probably have to take it from here because these lows break these. So with the essence of that increasing pressure into the level, you kind of have to take it from this area. But albeit, nice. All right. You can see how dark it is when I put that away. MAs are closed. Yeah, I do like it, Silver. So anything you guys want me to look at before I head off? Remember, it is a Monday. Markets are sometimes quiet. London's opening up in 10. I would like, from a trading point of view, to see a little bit of risk-off nature today and tomorrow, which would help our personal trades. But let's see what Pound Aussie and stuff do. Still looking quite nice. There is also the option here, actually. Technically, there's the option here for a potential breakout from B wave. So, I mean, actually, sorry, just looking at it now, we can look at something like this. A B wave break there on pound Aussie. Yeah, absolutely. We can look at a B wave break there as well. Okay, let's see how that plays out. A few options in pound Aussie, few options. NZD CAD to the downside. NZD CAD. NZD CAD has moved. Look at that. That's a trend trader's paradise, right? Just an absolute solid move to the downside. And if it wasn't for this, I would still be in that on that aggressive entry from here. Anyway, NZD CAD to the downside. I wouldn't be selling it here, Martin, but you know it's moving. Do I think it should go to the downside? Yeah, I think it probably don't see any reason why it shouldn't continue right now, right? You've broken through this daily kind of wicked area. I presume you're looking hourly here, so I presume you're looking something in this area where it is now, right? Breakout 3-bar retest continuation. Yeah, I mean, you're going with that trend, so I can't say I don't like that. I would say I couldn't sell it from a longer term perspective because you know my trades are a bit longer term, but I don't see any reason to buy it either. So yeah. And look at this. I mean, look at that 4 hour. Look at that. That's just like I said, a trend trader's kind of paradise there, selling into it. And I guess you just sell into it until you don't. You know, you just sell into it and look. And this is why you should have roughly around a 20, 21 EMA. You know, price retraces back to it all the time. It's a beautiful trend. Beautiful. Only traders would call that beautiful. But yeah. I agree with the bias. Absolutely, I have to agree with the bias, Martin. I can't say no. I don't think NZD CAD is short because it's definitely not short. But for me, it has gone a little bit. But yeah, I can't say no to that. USD Hong Kong weekly. USD Hong Kong dollar. USD Hong Kong dollar. You like your exotics, don't you, Silver? USD Hong Kong dollar, or your really exotics. Hold on, I'll just bring it up. 1 second. One second, here we go. USD Hong Kong dollar on the weekly. Yeah, I know, so the reason why Silver is I know I'm dark, but I put these streams on YouTube, right? So I just have a little bit of a thingy towards that. I'm just scared a little bit. I'm about to set up my FX book though, because I think I need to have that just so it just doubts any questions on me. So that's the reason why, Silver. Okay. Yeah, I mean breaking through, right? Bumping the head on the ceiling. Bumping its head on the ceiling. So are you looking for shorts? Is that what that analogy means? Bumping its head on the ceiling? It's broken through, right? You're looking shorts. I mean, would I be shorting that? I don't know if I'd be shorting that, mate. I don't see any kind of reason, and it's actually relatively nice. Push. Back to the 20, continuation, US dollar strength. Oh God, sorry. What's this? Well, this one looks nice, whatever this one is. Yeah, I see. It's the Danish krone. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. Let's just have a look. This may be a... I mean, that's a nice break, actually. ABC, push on. A little bit of consolidation. There you go. I mean, stumbling upon this. I know this is not... Sorry. But that's quite nice, actually. So if you consider this B wave, right, if you're looking here, you got your kind of head and shoulders, you got your cup with handle, a little squeeze into this zone, and the reaction from B wave. That's why I like a B wave break. Anyway. Okay, USD Hong Kong dollar, sorry. Okay, USD Hong Kong. Weekly. Yeah, well, I see the... Oh, wow. Yeah. Big area, right? Hell of a move. Loss of momentum. Impulse. Loss of momentum. Harder reset. Continuation. Big area. You know, and it's approaching it from a kind of climactic. Forbidden to be crossed. You could get this fake out and then move down, trapping retail on a break of a potential key zone. Could get that. But yeah, I mean, I certainly wouldn't be taking the break there. Yeah. I mean, we look, has it approached it here? Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's a massive area on that weekly chart, and it's coming from a bit of an extension. So, looking for a potential fake short. Smaller time frames. Let's have a look at smaller time frames. God, trading view. But you look at the small time frames, it does actually look good long, right? It's just it's been knocking on this door for quite some time. You know, I think just from a general perspective, you know, if you see something like it push, fake out opportunity for a potential short there, that would actually make sense to me. You know, you think about how markets move and that kind of, I wouldn't put that out of the question. You know, a slight fake out, trapping retail on that extension, coming back down for that harder reset before continuing with that trend. You know, because it doesn't actually look bad. I mean, it doesn't actually look bad. But yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea. I'll let you type. Anything else you guys want me to look at before I head off? There will be looking for a setup down. Oh, I've just taken out, yeah. So like a breakout retest down, yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that, mate. There's certainly confluence there. There's certainly a reason to short it. So yeah, and it could be a very, you know, if you take that weekly, for example, and if you do get that like impulse, loss of momentum, harder reset, then yeah, make money there. Confluence with that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, Bitcoin. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. So I know we talked about the lows. This is not confirmed. I'll have to go back and said, what did they get down to? 25. I think somebody had a 25, 26K guess. Upload it. What do you mean, Leon? Anyway, I'll just go into it. So, you know, I'm not saying this is the low just yet, because right now we're still in corrective mode, right? We've always had some buying coming in around 25K. You know, possibly again, similar to here, that 20 catch up. Yeah, I'll upload it, mate. I'll upload it. That 20 catch up for continuation. That's still got to be my bias. So buying, I mean, right now it looks pretty negative, right? But I don't know whether this goes just yet. It could do. If it wants to go, then fine. But looking at a proper setup, you'd be looking at it on a, not that I would, but you know, selling into any Bitcoin strength still makes sense. You know, from a 4-hour perspective, I mean, maybe we could look here at B wave for potential shorts. 4-hour doesn't look too bad. You know, it had a gap. Look at this. It had a gap here. Sometimes with these gaps, you'd expect gaps to be filled, right? So if the momentum is strong, you'd usually get a rejection here and then continues, right? Fill that for easy sake, fill the void and then continue in that direction of the gap. It's not done that yet. So bias, yeah, it's still got to be down. You know, still got to be down. Ultimately, it may take a few days on this daily. We may need a little bit of a catch up, you know, considering this latest move has been quite significant, you know, but that's got to be the bias. So 18K, is that what you're saying? You still here, Leon? Yeah, 18K. Yeah. You know, you use that kind of FX propulsion rule in terms of if you're getting that pullback entry, your 161 would take you around that 18K. If you don't know what FX propulsion is, the FX propulsion strategy is basically a kind of 50% 2 times ATR pullback, right? And your TP is at the 161.8 extension, which is kind of like this, right? So which would put you down to 18K. Quite a popular strategy, this one. So yeah, absolutely, Leon. I ain't as I said, I'm not buying it yet. I'll tell you guys when I'm buying it, but I'm not buying it yet. So Bitcoin down, crypto down, still makes sense. All right, guys. I appreciate you coming. Any last charts before I head off? Get back to my office renovations. No, thank you guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you all tomorrow, where hopefully I'll look a little bit brighter, not sitting in the dark by myself. I literally am. Look, I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it. Oh, but it is kind of dark. Obviously, I'm thinking my curtains in there. Anyway, I'll show you it once it's all done. Obviously, you'll see it. It'll look pretty cool. Thank you guys. Trade safe. Remember, it is a Monday. Don't go blowing your account on Monday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.